Right, but we want to talk about the striker situation at Manchester United and what's really going on. Will Manchester United sign a striker? And let's have an overall conversation. Now, we know United are interested in a striker. It remains a possibility if they're able to clear space within the squad. We know how desperately a striker is. I mean, Højlund's struggling. Xerxes, again, I think he's a valuable member of the squad, but he's not really a clinical striker. Now, again, we've been linked to a lot of players. Moise Kean, who has a 52 million release clause. We've also been offered the chance to sign free agents like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Callum Wilson and Jamie Vardy. However, United will obviously only go on these if we can't get our first choice options. Now, what I want to say is first, if we sign any of those players I've just mentioned, it will be a disgrace. Manchester United need a clinical striker. We can't go for any stopgap signings or someone who, we need someone who's proven. Callum Wilson, let's talk about him. Inconsistent, can score and have a good run, but very inconsistent, injury prone. Again, but does have Prem experience. Moise Kean, again, experience being at Everton, Juventus, obviously at Fiorentina. He has a £45 million release clause. Again, out of the four names that I mentioned, he would be the one who I could probably get on board with. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, as I mentioned, inconsistent, injury prone. And Jamie Vardy, listen, Prem legend, but 38 years of age, he's not the sort of striker Manchester United need. Yes, they're all free agents, Calvert-Lewin, Vardy and Wilson. But yeah, they're just not strikers that we need. As I said, Gyökeres is going Arsenal. Sesko's obviously on the market. Jonathan David has gone to Juventus. Obviously Osimhen, but it's looking like he's going to Galatasaray. And you seem like we need a clinical striker. To be honest, I'd rather keep Højlund than have some of these options that are being considered. Again, it just shows how inconsistent United have been. Yes, we've kind of known for time we're not going to get Gyökeres, so go out and get another option. But again, we just haven't been able to do that. And listen, we know we want a striker. It's the key position, is a position Amorim wants. A striker, as I said, is absolutely vital to us going forward. Højlund just doesn't have it, neither does Xerxes. But let's see what happens with the striker situation. I just wanted to have a conversation. Obviously, we've been linked to Ollie Watkins as well. I wouldn't mind bringing him into the team. I think he's an all right player, Prem proven. But again, he has his flaws. But let's see what does happen with that. Yeah, let's see what develops with the striker situation. As I said, it's certainly a position that we need. There are options out there. I know who my favourite one is. Have your thoughts in the comments. I think having players like Xerxes and Bremo, Cunha, Diesel, Ahmad as well, they're good players, but we need that clinical number 9. And I think what United will probably do is, this is where United have kind of been going wrong, is we're probably not signing a striker. And then we say, Xerxes and Bremo, who's played there, and Cunha, who's played there before, they just play there when needed. I think that just sets Ruben Amorim up for failure, because you're not giving them the correct resources to sort of go into the season effectively. You're not giving them the correct resources, and as I said, setting them up for failure. And listen, if you go down that trajectory, end up being sacked, then yes, maybe you do play Xerxes and Cunha there running Bremo if we do get him, and they might have good games, but ultimately in the long run, it's not the sort of striker that we need. My ideal choice, again, is Gyökeres, but we're not going to get him. Osimhen, again, would then be second. If not, we have to go with Ollie Watkins. I think he's third choice, knowing I don't want Calvert-Lewin, Wilson, Jamie Vardy. I just don't think they're good for Manchester United. Moise Kean, again, isn't the player that he was probably 4 or 5 years ago. But let's see what does happen. The fact that we've seen Matheus Cunha in training today and Diego Leon and the players are back. But yeah, listen, it is a struggle in terms of who do we sign in the striker position. This transfer window has been very, very poor as a whole, and the fact that we haven't bought a striker in, I mean, I didn't expect that this time, to be honest, but yeah, I'm hopeful we can get one in as soon as possible. As I said, there are options out there, but we are struggling in terms of strikers to sign. But listen, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry this one's been a bit all over the place, but we will be back tomorrow with the morning update.